Um, my experience with the program, I think the biggest take that I've had out of it is it's hands free. Only thing you really doing, well, only thing I really do is I just do the marketing. I put it on my social media platform. I got a nice social media platform. I run the ads, and as the leads come in, I get emails saying, you have a new lead, you have a new lead, and then the team picks up everything. They call the leads, they gather all the information, and then they match the they match the client up with what loans, what funding program is best for them. They do everything, and I just sit back and I collect um the 10% off of the deal. So my experience, I'm roughly probably while we speaking right now, I have a client. One of my clients literally right now in a bank right now getting $100,000 bill business line of credit. So that's gonna be a $10,000 day for me on a Wednesday. Um, but everything is hands free. The team told me everything step by step on what all to do, what all to have done. My social media platform is I am Troy Solomon. It's IAMTROYSOLOMON on Instagram, and Facebook is just Troy Solomon. But I have one particular client. Him by himself, I think he's at whatever. I got him 50, 90. We got 50, 90, and 100. So that's roughly 240 that we've got that one client. Then we turn around and get his wife another 200K. So for me, it's about just building a relationship, making sure you have the connection with credit repair companies too. I know area has, some people, but that's the biggest thing. I have my own credit repair company. So, that's gonna be a big part of it too. That helps, you know what I mean? Even though you can get funding without having A1 credit. But the program itself, it's been, I've been made my investment back on a while ago. Um, and it's just turnkey. I like turnkey things because I have other things going on. I'm in a lot of different spaces. So I love the turnkey thing. But if you can't afford the turnkey thing and um just use the system. You have to play with it. You have to get the connections with your clients. You got to make them feel comfortable because one client gonna bring you 10. If you treat that one right, make sure they can see how much work you putting into trying to get them funded, trying to help them grow their business. And then another thing too, offer the help to them if they're in the industry that you know about or you connected with. You can kind of help them on way to invest their money, on how to invest their money, because the more money that they make, they're going to pour it right back into what you have going on. They're going to be your marketing tool for you. So I've got one client, and that one client have sent me maybe 17 different people because I just done right by that client. So as far as the program itself, it's a no-brainer for me. So the investment was well worth it. And it's just staying active and just doing what you gotta do. Even if you take an hour a day, 30 minutes a day, but you just gotta set a set schedule for you to say, hey, I'm gonna take 30 minutes to work on my loan hero on business. It may be an hour, it may be 2 hours, but the more you put into it, the more you're gonna get out of it.
And my next question is like, how much are you made with Long Hero?
Ooh, uh, I think I gotta look again, but I think I'm about 78,000. I think
And
it's a
then what
little
you
more, but that's
that's major. That's pretty good. And when did you join?
what this is April. I think it was February, late February, early March. I gotta
Yeah,
look.
and I want to talk about your journey with us too, because like you didn't come to the webinar. Basically, you were looking for the information. So like, what got you to join, and how do you get? How do you even find me?
So I was what I do is I do my due diligence on people. So I think I seen an ad first. I seen an ad or somebody mentioned your name and I started to follow you. I started to, look at what you posted, look at the comments. Then I found out about your school. I reached out. I got into the school and I just was looking. I hadn't done nothing business funding. I hadn't done anything. I looked at the school. I hadn't went through none of the stuff, none of that. So what turned my mindset up was you was actually having the mastermind. And I reached out to you and I asked you, did you have a one-on-one program? Because I wanted to do a one-on-one because I like to try to speed through things. And you said, no, just come to the mastermind. And when I got to the mastermind, that took me to, I had never logged into Loan Hero as far as using anything or anything. After the mastermind, that was it for me. And if I don't come to the mastermind, I don't make. I know I'm well over 78,000, but that's just the last time I checked. I didn't even count the 10K that's being processed right now. So I know I'm well over 78, but that's kind of like what brought me to it. I just listened to the information, and it made sense. It was duplicatable, and that's my biggest thing. I don't like to reinvent no wheel. I like to that's why I don't mind paying mentors, or I don't mind paying mentors because they have the falling down. They fell down, so I don't want to fall down. So that's why I'm gonna pay a mentor. So all of the mistakes that they made, I don't have to make. So I don't have to hit those bumps in the road because they hit them, and I'm paying them not to hit them. So that's kind of like was my experience with finding you and my journey with Loan Hero.
It makes sense because that's how I process like because I invest myself, but I invested probably like close to $300,000 so far over the last 5 years. So for you, basically, you wanted a fast pass, you wanted more access and whatnot, and then and I remember I think when you came to the live event because you also wanted to see like yo, is this real people? You know what I mean? Because there's a lot
Right.
of people that just are doing online and you never get to meet them. So you came to the live event. Like we have over 40 people in that mansion. I
Yeah.
put my real life connections, so my relationship managers gave them to everybody that were there, and then people started funding. So I think the live event was pretty good. And then tell me about like how's the availability of the team whenever you need help with something as far as like being available because there's a lot of people that hey like here's this program and then good luck. Like how has that been for you?
That experience has been great. If I have a question or if I have an issue or anything, I just type it in the chat and somebody is responding instantly. Most of the time it's immediately. Most of the time it may be 2 or 3 minutes. If maybe probably once or twice it's been like 10 minutes. I understand business. A lot of people busy. So the response of the help, it's been very impactful. It's been very resourceful. Any problem or any issue that I run into, um, the help's been there immediately. So I haven't had no problems with having if I need help, if I got a question or I run into a problem, it's been there immediately.
I got you. And then I do want to say one thing, and then I'll probably ask you one more question. So part of like the reason why Troy is very successful. So, look, he made the investment. It makes sense for him, but then it's not just about making the investment. He actually went and started taking action with the information, right? So this is something that again that you're interested. We'll talk tomorrow a little bit more about it. Like I want to focus on information. He actually went follow what his new coach was telling him, and then he applied information. So, like, how does that look like for you for somebody that made an investment into themselves, and then like it's not like oh like here you go like I didn't give Troy $80,000, right? We provided Troy the system, and then he actually implemented information. So what got you to take action so fast with everything that all the resources that we provided?
So for me just being in a world coming from a world of business, I always listen to a saying and I take that with me, and I always repeat it to myself. I repeat it to a lot of my clients, and it's done is better than perfect because perfect never gets done. A lot of people, especially women, women is big with this. Everything has to be perfect before they launch or perfect before they do this. So the procrastination of individuals is big. So for me, I just go. I just go and I deal with it. So for me, when I gathered all the information in, and then one of the biggest gems that came from the mastermind, it was area had a Chase, a guy, a business relationship guy that he has from Chase come to the actual event. We
And
exchanged numbers.
he gave like 7 people. He brought
Yeah,
like the whole squad.
yeah, he brought a gang of people. I was able to connect with that guy 2 days later, and he got me up $50,000 there in one of my companies, just $50,000. So whatever I wanted to do with that, that was just $50,000 that he just got me off of that mastermind. But the taking action after hearing so much information, I didn't even stay around to the festivities. Area had like DJs, he had food, drinks. I was ready to get back to my city. The first night I went,
Yeah.
flew back to the hotel. I was ready. I started implementing at the hotel. I'm making my list. I'm putting everything together. Then the next day, same thing. I was ready to go. I was ready to get back to the city and just take action. So that was my biggest thing, is just taking that action, you know what I mean, and running by that concept, that mindset. Done is better than perfect, because perfect never gets done. Just go. I figure it out as I go. You have all these billion-dollar companies, Chick-fil-A. If you go, no matter what city and state you go to, Chick-fil-A is ranked the same no matter what, even if it's franchised by 10 different owners. All of them are ranked the same. So, and guess what, they change different things within their company. Probably not every day, but every week or every month, something changed within it that we can't see. I know you notice at Chick-fil-A, the majority of them, they don't start switching them. They used to have the window when you open the window. Now all of them got the big glass where they just walk out now. That's just a change that just came. That just came. Oh, my phone had run. That's a change that came over time. You know, it didn't happen overnight. That was something that they seen that needed a change, and they changed it. So if these billion-dollar companies making changes daily or weekly or monthly or yearly, we small businesses, we got to be able to just start, and we can make our changes as we go. We can't it can't be perfect. We want it like this, but ask yourself, how many businesses y'all done started and y'all say we're gonna run it like this, we're gonna do this, and then as the business go, you change this, you change that, but you waited 4 months because you wanted it perfect. But when it was perfect and you thought it was perfect and you started, you done changed so much about it. That's what, just go. You wasted 4 months. That might have been you 50,000. That might have been 100. That might have been 10, but it was better than zero. And that's my thing.
No, and I'm with you 100%. Like that's one of the even when I'm doing consultations with the people, just like, look, the best advice I can give you just get the thing done. So look, like Long Here Early is just another resource to provide to you guys, but just with the information you guys are getting this week, that's more than enough, like to get you, to help you to get to 6 figures. Long Here Early is just providing you even more resources and kind of like, to keep working with me after this week and whatnot. Again, like you don't need it, right? Again, it's not for everybody, but like the challenge itself, this whole week is designed. I'm giving you everything that I have for you guys to be able to make money. You can still make the money as well just by implementing the information you're getting this week. So if there's one thing that you get from what Troy said, just do it, right? Like just if I'm telling you like, hey, like especially tomorrow with the marketing that we'll drop a lot of information, just go and do those activities, and you're gonna see the people. Like literally, like Charles today, he changed his LinkedIn. I haven't even gone through the LinkedIn training I'm gonna be going over tomorrow, and then he already has relationship managers reaching out to him. But you have to take action, right? Just take action, and then done is better than perfect. And then, Troy, anything you want to tell them before we leave? Just in general.
Man, just keep going. That's one of my biggest things. Keep going. I always say that. Keep going. You never know, where it's gonna be. Like before I met Ariel, I wouldn't think about no business funding. I had all these other things going on, and then you hear about business funding, but them net 30 stuff that ain't
Yeah.
funding. So you hear about all of that stuff. So my biggest thing is, just take that action. Go, everybody can't afford certain programs, and that's okay. But whatever you can afford, do that. But you gotta work it like you spent your last. So if it's $1,000 program, carry that like you spent 100,000. Get
Yeah.
into it. If it's 500, that's 50,000. If you spend 25,000, that's 250,000. Add a zero to whatever you spent, and now let's work it. Because if you spent 100K, you finna grind. If you spent 50,000, you finna grind. But if you spent 5,000, or if you spend 1,000, you don't really work it as hard. No, because guess what? Me spending 250, 500, 1,000, no matter what you spent, you can make 6 and 7 figures out of the business if you put the work in. That's my thing. And that's the thing that we tend to do. Since we didn't invest that much, we ain't gonna really work it that much. But if you invested, if you called 4 friends and borrowed 25,000 from them and you invested 125, you finna work it because you try to get them their money back. Pretend you did the same thing. You just put the work in. And that's it.